Joining us now, NewsNation media contributor Steve Krakauer. I'm always looking for the good news in very tragic stories, and this has been one in Minneapolis as we've watched it play out. What's the significance of this move to essentially change the guard? Bovino's out, Homan's in.
Yeah, it takes a lot to get the let's say the liberal, progressive media commentators, pundit class, politicians to praise Tom Homan coming in, and but that's where we're at. And look, Tom Homan is someone who was awarded and served with the Obama administration. So this is someone who has the respect of both sides. Obviously, he has been tasked with getting fixing the border crisis and getting illegal immigrants out, and he has prioritized the ones who are criminals and who are here illegally, but are also have committed other crimes, the worst of the worst, as they've said in the past. And so he has a different strategy, but it's not just that. It's also the way he does it, the way it's not out in the open. It's not this sort of performative nature necessarily, and it doesn't. So in that sense, I do think that they're real listening to the reaction they're getting, not just even from the left, but even from places like the New York Post and the Wall Street Journal, which are writing op-eds that are urging for change in Minneapolis and in kind of the perception of how it's going. So in that sense, I think it's good. But also, I think what we've seen, and I honestly don't necessarily know why it's happening, but I agree with you. I'm actually finding some good news in the sense of Tim Walz and Jacob Frey are making statements that are more nuanced, working with the administration, finding ways of finding common ground in lowering the temperature, and even putting Minneapolis police back on the street, which we saw a massive change from just in the last 24, 48 hours, where they were not there before. You had feds saying, where are the local police? Well, now they're there, and that signals a cooperation, a sense from both the left and the right, the Trump administration, officials in Minneapolis and Minnesota, that they want to stop this sort of this chaos that we're seeing, and for that, I think it's a good thing, and I think people should praise it from both sides.
Right. Calmer heads will prevail. At least that's the hope. We're looking at some of the videos of Chief Bovino, and the criticism has been, I mean, you see videos of him throwing tear gas canisters into the crowds, which is unusual for a chief to be doing, some have said. When it comes to Homan and how he'll oversee the crackdown, which the administration says will continue, how important is transparency, also with the delicate job that they still have operations to carry out?
Oh, I think it's usually important. And listen, I don't know where this guy Bovino came from. All of a sudden, he's out there and is like the star of the show. And I will say, I think one of the big tells I always look for is, sure, he's out there in the street, and you could kind of quibble with the version of his operation. There's the throw. I mean, it is a little bit strange. But he's also online. He's on X, on his social media handle, replying to people. So it's not just putting out statements. People say, oh, a long statement from Cash Patel of the FBI. It's not even just that. He's responding to other political commentators. Bill Kristol, and he's in the replies, oh, no, you're wrong. Like, that is a level of amateurishness that you don't necessarily want to see, and so I think aren't you busy doing the job that you're doing here? I think when you start getting to that level, that's a big tell that there's something that is a little bit off, and thinking about the perception of things and not just the reality. Tom Homan, he does not do that. Tom Homan does not spend his time replying to people on X. He is out there, and I think he's a steady hand in what is a very real problem in trying to get dangerous illegal immigrants off the street. Tom Homan has a track record of doing this in a way that is successful, and so I do think that from a messaging point of view, from a PR point of view, but also just from a pure tactical point of view, Tom Homan back out there is a real substantive change for this administration as they look to do the job that they want to do, that they were elected to do.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.